Hello, welcome back to the We Are City channel with a bit of a different video here today. We are going to be doing the player ratings of Manchester City versus Liverpool. The first time we've done this on the channel, player ratings in this form as a separate video. We used to do it on the lives. The lives will be back for next season. They're definitely going to be back for next season. And I'm hoping to do more of these player ratings. Now, I'm not at my usual recording studio area at the moment. I'm currently away from there, so I am recording on a laptop, hence why the intro is a little bit different. I haven't got my intro on this laptop, so I had to just sort of make one with the logo, basically. And I've just managed to put this together. I was going to do the player ratings last night after the game, but I decided to do them today after the game because I thought I need to have a think about the game, really. I think that was a big thing. I think as soon as the game finished, you're in a certain sort of emotion, aren't you? And you rate players possibly more emotionally than anything. You need to have a little think about it and think, you know, you can't be too harsh on the players sometimes. But Manchester City did lose 3-2, didn't we, to Liverpool. It was a very two different 45 minutes. The second 45, I thought City were pretty good. Reasonably good anyway. But the first 45, we were absolutely terrible. And that is not purely down to the goalkeeper. Because I know myself, Zach Steffen had an absolute disaster class. If it wasn't for Steffen, I think City could have gone in maybe 1-0 down at half-time. I think the first goal that Canate scored from the corner, I think he should do better on. Although, defensively, the issues lie with why is Bernardo Silva, why is I think Zinchenko or Phil Foden, why are those players marking someone like Ibrahima Konate, Gabriel Jesus? Why are they marking him? I don't know. That was the first goal. The second goal was, of course, Steffen's fault. Just an absolute disaster class from Steffen. I don't know what he's doing there. I do not know what he's doing there. And then finally, the third goal that Liverpool scored, Sadio Mane slicer shot. Really well worked goal by Liverpool, by the way. He played fantastically in that first 45 minutes. But it should have been saved by Steffen again. I do believe he should have saved that. I think Ederson would save that. And 3-0 down at half-time, that was it. And the players did not turn up in the first 45 minutes. I mean, you saw players like Bernardo Silva give the ball away so many times. Fernandinho was just a walking red card. We'll get into this when we're going through the players individually. And the second half then, very different game. City came out and Mahrez coming on made a difference, I believe, off the bench. Mahrez made a massive difference. And City managed to get an early goal, didn't they, through Jack Grealish. Could have got a second through Gabriel Jesus, who once again missed a glorious chance. And then we score a late one, don't we? And if Jesus scores that chance, I know he was the man who created the Jack Grealish goal, then we're 3-3 and we're going into extra time. But it was too little too late. We'd already made the mistakes. The keeper had already let us down. And we were out of it, weren't we? So that is the way it was. Now, he set up in this weird formation, which I think Pep had to do, really, with City playing those intense games against Liverpool last weekend and Atletico Madrid, with, you know, that which really took out of us. I mean, Walker injured, De Bruyne injured, and so on. City had to rest players, they did. And I'm not surprised Zach Steffen started. I think anyone who says, why did Steffen start? We know why Steffen started, because he does in the cup competitions. But Steffen cost us in the FA Cup semi-final last season with his position against Chelsea, where we lost. And he's done it again in this year's FA Cup semi-final. And maybe he's just not right for the big games. We need to have Ederson in there for the big games. Steffen can start the Carabao Cup games up to the final. He can start the FA Cup games up to the final. But games against teams like Liverpool who press, Steffen just is not it on the ball to get us out of that press. We need Ederson in there. So, starting the player ratings, we started in this sort of 4-1-3-2 formation. Grealish started up alongside Sterling for whatever reason. Personally, I think Pep should have put Foden on the left, which is right, and put Grealish in a sort of left-hand midfield role. So I would have gone with a 4-3-3. The four at the back, okay, if he has to play them, he has to play them. Fernandinho in the holding role. Then Grealish and Bernardo Silva either side. Jesus and Foden in the wings, and Sterling as a number 9. And I would have put Grealish in that half space with Phil Foden up against Trent Alexander-Arnold. We know he's not the best defensively, and get at him. And we didn't get at him at all yesterday. Trent Alexander-Arnold had an easy game. And I mean, Liverpool, you can see the difference in the two sides. Liverpool had Konate and Van Dijk, two real athletic, you know, 6'4" centre-backs, aren't they? Strong, and they just bullied us. Our strikers, Sterling, Grealish, Foden, Jesus, they got absolutely bullied by Konate and Van Dijk. And it shows the difference, doesn't it, with our defence, Stones and Ake, much more smaller. I mean, City and the whole team, I think City really do lack athletic players. Rodri's big, physical force, but he's not quick. Kyle Walker is an athletic player. I'd say Nathan Ake isn't quite. I think Walker, Diaz to an extent, but he's not the quickest. You know, Konate and Van Dijk are absolutely rapid for their side. Erling Haaland is an athletic player. Big, strong and quick. City are lacking these players. Fernandinho, I mean, he's a pensioner, Fernandinho. He's finished, and Jack Grealish is playing like Keira Knightley and bend it like Beckham, wasn't he? I mean, he wasn't that bad, Grealish. But going to the player rating, so first starting the goalkeeper, 1 to 10, 10 being perfect, 1 being diabolical. Stefan gets a 1. He could have got a 0 really, but I think the second half performance, he made some decent decisions. But the first half cost us, and that was down to Zach Steffen. Absolutely diabolical performance. I mean, the second one, what is he doing? I can't even tell you what he's doing. Where Mane's on him, just kick it away. Do not take the risk. I saw a clip of David De Gea in the Norwich game under pressure. He just kicked it out. He didn't want that. De Gea said no. And Ederson, not everyone's Ederson. Alisson tried it. You see, Liverpool's goalkeeper's not so good on the ball either, but he cost us. Massively cost us, Zach Steffen. So 1 for him. I don't want to see him in a game like that again. I think he should stay at City. I think he's a decent goalkeeper. He's only a second choice, but I do not want Zach Steffen starting in a game of that magnitude ever again. Right back, Joao Cancelo. I think he's a 5. Decent. Just decent. Mane got a lot of joy, I believe. Mane got a lot of joy through the middle. Luis Diaz, Cancelo struggled against him, but Cancelo's just decent. I think average performance, really. His second half brought up his score and his rating. Not much to say about Joao Cancelo. John Stones a 4. I thought he was at fault, really, for the first goal. In the way that he just kept giving the ball away at the back. I don't know if it's because of the sun. I saw a lot of times he had his hand above his head, sort of like trying to block out the sun, whether the sun was in the way of John Stones, and that's why he made those mistakes. But passing out from the back cost us. Liverpool get a corner from it because we were messing around at the back, and Konate scores, and Stones cost us there. And after that, he was okay, he was solid at the back. But I think Luis Diaz gave him the run around, then Sadio Mane did as well. Stones struggled. Nathan Ake, he gets a 7, the highest rated player in the team alongside someone else. Nathan Ake a 7. I've been so impressed with Nathan Ake recently. I think he's a good player. Actually. Before this, I would have said he's just average. He's an average player. And the more I see him, the more he's played for City, the more I'm thinking, you know what? This man is brilliant. He was fantastic when he came against Atletico Madrid. Very solid when he plays at left back or left centre back. And I want to see more of Nathan Ake. I even think I actually would start him ahead of Aymeric Laporte, who looks shaky. Ake looks brilliant, really solid, makes some good challenge, and probably kept us in the game more than anyone else, really. Defensively made some good challenges, and that's why Nathan Ake gets our crown. Man of the match goes to Nathan Ake for his defensive performance today. Number 7 is the left back there and the holding midfielder. Managed to fix them together for whatever reason. Fernandinho and Zinchenko, bit of a mistake in the editing there. So Zinchenko gets a 4. I thought he kept Salah quiet. Salah had a disaster class, but he's passing from the back. It was terrible going forward. He was slow. His head's not in it, Zinchenko, and really shouldn't be forced into playing, should he? Unfortunately, that's the way it is at the moment. We need a left back. City, how long do we need a left back for? We can't keep playing Cancelo over there, even though he's good there. We need someone else. Zinchenko, it's just not right. And Fernandinho gets a 3. He's probably one of the highest, lowest rated players in this squad in this game. He's a walking red card, Fernandinho. He only lasts 60 minutes and that's it. Then he's finished. He needs to go. He needs to go. I know he is going, but his time is up now. City need to find someone with legs in that position, because as good as Rodri has been in games where Rodri's got to do a lot of running, that's where we struggle. We need a midfielder, a holding midfielder who is athletic, who has got legs. And Fernandinho certainly is that, and Rodri isn't that either. We need someone who can play in there like that. Then we're going to go on to the sort of wing roles. Phil Foden, sort of inside midfielders, wing roles. Phil Foden, he was poor. Played his heart out against Atletico Madrid. Took a lot of bumps, didn't he? Took a lot of fouls. Big tackles on him. But I thought he was ineffective down that left-hand side, Phil Foden. Gave the ball away a lot. His first touch seemed to let him down a lot of time. Was very unimpressed by him. In the middle, Bernardo Silva thought was good in the second half, and obviously got City the goal. But that first half performance, Naby Keita giving the absolute runaround. And the amount of times Bernardo Silva, I don't think Bernardo Silva completed a pass to a player in a blue shirt in that first half. And that's why I've given him a 4. Very disappointed. The first half cost us. Now, I'll go into a little bit more about before this game and what's cost us. And that's when I talk about Pep. So, Gabriel Jesus a 3. I'm sick of Jesus. Was good for the goal. Good for the first goal that set up Jack Grealish. But that chance he's got to score. What I keep going back to with people who tell me, well, Gabriel Jesus, he works hard. He works hard, Jesus, and he puts his heart and soul into it, and he gives everything. Fine. But I don't want just a hard worker. You have to be quality. James Milner was a hard worker for Manchester City, but he wasn't good enough in the end. And these players that you could pick out from Watford and Brentford and Norwich City, and players you'd say, well, they work hard. Well, let's get them at Manchester City. It's not enough. It's not enough just to work hard. You've got to be quality. And my big point is Gabriel Jesus is a striker who cannot finish. And in any team, any top team, if you've got a striker who cannot finish, you stop playing them. You stop playing them because he doesn't do his main job, which is to score the goals, and he cannot score the goals. And I think in missing that chance, we go on to score that second goal, it'd be 3-3. And that's Jesus' problem. And I thought he was terrible for the first goal as well, defensively on the corner, although I don't entirely blame him for that. But I think his time is up, Gabriel Jesus. He needs to move on for the best of Manchester City, but also for the best of his career. Go somewhere else and try and reignite your career, because it's just stagnating at Manchester City. He's like Iheanacho to me, that sort of player. Jack Grealish at 5, I thought the goal he scored, actually, he wasn't so good in the first half, very ineffective, but he did come into the second half, played some good passes, got the goal. The goal, he would get a 4, the goal bumps him up to a 5, really, because that goal got us back in the game early on with a nice finish on his left foot. But he had a chance really on the first half where he took a touch and then hit it late. If he just hit it first time, he could have scored there. And Grealish, but the thing is, Grealish is not a player to get in that position. Grealish is a creator of chances. Maybe it'll come in time, he's a goal scorer as well, but he's a creator of goals. And at the moment, who's he creating goals for? And then finally, in the starting 11, Raheem Sterling at 2. Lower rated than Fernandinho. It's just, what did he do? What did Raheem Sterling do? Ineffective again. I thought he was ineffective in the game at the Etihad where it was 2-2. And he should have done better. Should have scored in that game early on. How much leeway do we give Raheem Sterling? He sort of like got City, he's blackmailing City a little bit, saying, well, I've only got 1 year on my contract next season and I'll leave on the cheap. Go on a cheap, Raheem Sterling, because I'm sick of you putting in these performances. You need to step up. He stepped up for 5 or 6 games, didn't he, last month or the month before, and we thought, Sterling might be back here. And he just dropped off again, Raheem Sterling, and it gets a 2. What did he do in that game? We played with 10 men. We played with 10 men with Zach Steffen in the first half, but we could have played. We possibly played with 9 men with Raheem Sterling in there, because at least Jesus ran about. Raheem Sterling did literally nothing. He's a ghost. He's an absolute ghost. Casper the Ghost there, Raheem Sterling. Honestly, Mahrez came on and made a difference, didn't he? Created that goal with a lovely bit of skill. Did he take it around the defenders, put it across the box? I think it was a shot, but Bernardo Silva at the far post. Finally, someone in the box to get the end of summit. So a 7 for Riyad Mahrez, who doesn't look at it at the moment, not like he has been all season. I think him being knocked out with Algeria has really shot his confidence. Then the manager rate him, and I give Pep a 4. Now, I think tactically we got it wrong, but can you really blame the manager for Steffen? Well, he put Steffen in there, didn't he? But what can the manager do if the players make mistakes like that? I think Pep's at fault for the set piece. Canate, who scored 2 in his last 2, now 3 in his last 3 games. He started from corners. You've got Gabriel Jesus, Cancelo, Bernardo Silva marking him, Phil Foden, 6'4" against 5 foot odd players. It's our own problem, our own fault. But he did put Steffen in there. I think he should have put Edison in for a big game like this. I really think he should have done, especially to play out from Liverpool's press tactically. I think he got that wrong, Pep. Now, Pep having to put these players back in this position, I think, goes back to 3 games before. Atletico Madrid at home, City only win 1-0. If we win that game 2 or 3-0 and put away the chances like we should have done, we go into that second. We played the game against Liverpool. We put the first team out. We go into that second leg against Atletico Madrid, and we don't get Kyle Walker injured. We don't get Kevin De Bruyne injured, because Kevin De Bruyne and Kyle Walker don't play that game. We play the second team like Liverpool did against Benfica. Rest Virgil van Dijk, rest Sadio Mane, rest Salah, and players like that. Fabinho, Thiago, and allow the first team to go out in this FA Cup semi-final. We threw away the FA Cup semi-final because we had to put the first team out against Atletico Madrid away, because we didn't do the business in the first leg against Atletico, and that is what's cost us, and that is not only on Pep, but that is on the players. If we finished our chances in that game, we could have rested players for this game, and I think that is what it comes back to. And obviously the biggest issue in this City team is just some sort of force up top, isn't it? Yes, the goalkeeper made loads of mistakes, but we have just had someone in the box, someone who could score. If we had Erling Haaland instead of Gabriel Jesus, it's 2-2, it's 3-3 or 3-2. We then go in and get 3-3 at the full-time whistle. A striker's crucial, and some sort of athletic midfielder, because the midfield, it was literally just defence versus attack, similar to the Atletico game. it just turned into defence and attack, and the midfield was non-existent, and that is really worrying when you consider the quality City have in midfield. So let us know in the comments down below your ratings for the players, whether you agree with me and think Nathan Ake is one of the match. I think Ake is becoming possibly a starter in this team, honestly. I think him alongside Diaz, or Diaz and Stones, and Ake is the third choice. I'm putting him ahead of Laporte in the pecking order at the moment. So City, they've still got a league to play for, still got a Champions League to play for. I'm actually going away for the next 2 weeks or so. The videos will be usual on the channel, all the career mode videos, of course, on Manchester City. Career mode will finish, but it might come back in the future, actually, because you guys seem to be really enjoying it again, which has been fantastic. But City looking to make moves in the transfer market in not too distant future. The team will look very different, won't it? And we've got a new series starting the channel, Career Mode series as well. If you've liked the video, obviously give it a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new. We're nearly at 3,000 subscribers, which is a massive milestone. Thank you very much for that. And you can always join the We Are City membership club for all the extras, early access to all the videos. You get to see extended episodes as well, and an exclusive series on the Silver Club. So go and give it a check out and go and have a look. And like I said, you guys, thank you very much for nearly 3,000 subscribers. Let us know in the comments down below your thoughts on the game. I know a few guys have commented on the comments, on the community posts and things. And I'm hoping to do more player ratings. Perhaps I won't get a chance this season, but I will in the future. We'll see you guys next time.